Before I dive into the presentation, for those that don't know me, since I just started talking, my name is Jessica and I am with Maravillosa Movement. We operate in two different dynamics. One, I work very closely with individuals that I believe they're already maravillosa or maravillosos. What does that mean? It means that they're already talented, right? So I'm just here to plug you into additional resources that could support you with your business. I am a strategy coach, right? So I like to describe myself as a doctor, the business doctor. You basically just give me a quick overview of like where you are struggling, and I will find the symptoms and the solutions for it. I also work with very, very awesome partners such as Cielo. These are just very few of the organizations that I have worked with, where we have the same mission of uplifting entrepreneurs such as yourself with programs just like this one. Now, everything that I do, I always keep my mother in mind, right? Because my mother had a flower business in the center or in the heart of LA. If you guys are familiar with the flower district, she was on San Pedro Street or San Julian Street. And she lost it within 3 years. And that was because one, it was the part of it was the recession, but a lot of it too had to do because she was lacking a lot of resources. And that's where Cielo and I come together and able to provide that for you to hopefully help you striving your business. Now, I hope that all of you guys are here to learn a little bit about marketing tools, whether it's hearing that marketing tools is a thing for the first time, or just to elaborate a little bit more, possibly even introduce you to a new marketing tool that could potentially support you. So, what are marketing tools? Marketing tools are any resources, applications, platforms that can help you promote your business, your product, or your brand. Also, it makes it easier to reach customers, communicate your message, and boost sales. I would say another thing that it does do for you that I tend to use a lot is organizational tools, right? I work with multiple partners, I work with multiple individuals, and I can't memorize everything that's going on. So I make sure that I have a digital checklist for myself to be on top of everything. But here are some examples of what marketing tools include. Um, so, social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn could be a tool, not necessarily the platform, but what you do inside these platforms. And a lot of these platforms, and we'll get a little bit deeper into this, provide you with a lot of analytics that, in my personal experience, has helped me a lot to identify and talk to my target market. There is email marketing like MailChimp and Constant Contact. There's graphic design tools like Canva. There's analytics tools like Google Analytics. There's customer relationship management, the CRM systems, and HubSpot and Salesforce. Now, this is a goal for me, right? As a coach and as a contractor, I would love to have some type of CRM system that I'm able to add a notes. I was gonna say Rolodex, but I don't even know if everyone knows what that is nowadays. I was just told that not a lot of people know what USB drives were, so that freaked me out that how fast we are moving. So yes, so CRM systems is basically a way that you can track your client, your customers' names, their phone numbers, notes, any progress, all of that good stuff. I feel like every organization has its purpose, or every business has its purpose on how they use CRMs. There's SEO tools like SEMrush and Yoast SEO. Again, there is a lot out there, and hopefully we get to my goal is that I get to introduce at least one to all of you. So, with that being said, I want to gauge a little bit where you guys stand. So I'm gonna give it a quick few seconds for all of you guys to scan this QR code. Oh, it's probably gonna need me. Could you see my screen, Alex? Yes. Okay. Okay. So yes, please scan the QR code. Um, and Eric, if you have that link, if you can drop it in the chat box because I'm gonna get out of here. Okay, I still have the QR code here. So we're gonna do a little icebreaker. This gives me an idea where everyone stands, okay? As a group. Okay, if the QR code did not work for you, go to the joinmenti.com, so menti.com, and then use that code that is at the top of my screen. So the question is, what's your current marketing style? Is it one, I post and I pray? I post and I pray. I have a plan, sort of. I live in Canva and spreadsheets. Marketing, is that a seasoning? How do you eat that? So this is a marketing tool for me. All right. So it looks like most of us have a plan, sort of. And I like that answer. I like that answer because that means that maybe we can clarify something that you may already be using or that you're struggling to understand. Um, but as we go, please drop your questions in the chat box as we cover this material. All right, what marketing tools have you used? I want to know because there's so many out there. Let me know what are some of the marketing tools that you use. Instagram, Canva, ChatGPT, TikTok, emails, Photo Room. I used to sell on Poshmark before, and Photo Room was my best friend. Collaborations. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Outreach. Yes. HubSpot. Word of mouth. Okay. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to ask this question as well. One, I wanted to see what else everybody else was using. And also because I feel that marketing tools tend to get confused with marketing channels. Those are two different things. So marketing channels basically would be the platform that you're marketing yourself, whether it's online, whether it's social media, whether it's in person, or basically anywhere that you would either market or sell your product or services. Now, marketing tools is what you use to create or generate or develop your marketing materials, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Anybody confused? Okay, cool. Last one. I think it's the last one. Pin the tools that you have never heard of. No shame in this game. This is just a quarter of what's out there. So I believe you're able to. There you go. Never heard of Answer the Public. Never heard of Answer the Public. Ooh, okay, I'm going to cover that today. Oh, man. Okay. Think I already met my goal here, teaching you guys something new. Google Trends. I'm also going to talk about that. Any more for sake of time? Okay, we're going to move on. Time goes by quick. Last question. Marketing your business feels like, how does it make you feel? Overwhelmed. Yeah, it could be overwhelming. Yes. All right. Our feelings are all over the place. And just so you guys know, I use ChatGPT to create this image for you guys, just to get an idea of your emotions. So I did not have to go anywhere. I literally told ChatGPT to create this image for me. So I can gauge your feelings. And I really want you guys to be on the happy side, and I don't have an answer there. So hopefully we can change that by the end of this presentation. So that's the end of that little icebreaker. Now we're going to get into our presentation. Thank you everyone for participating. So let's move on. So I want you guys to know that by utilizing, well, there's been research that marketers who utilize marketing tools are 23 times more likely to outperform their competitors in new customer acquisition, 9 times more likely to surpass them in customer loyalty, and 19 times more likely to be profitable. So I hope that those numbers add on to that happiness. So here's the thing though, before we start talking about any marketing tools, um, I'm trying to move something. Okay, before we start talking about any marketing tools, there are two things that I want you guys to keep in mind. One, I want you guys to know your target audience. If you guys know who your target audience is, it makes it a lot easier for you to develop your marketing materials, one, and two, to literally use these um, tools to your advantage. Now, if you don't know, if you're not familiar with target audience and how to develop one and how to go any further about target audience, we do have a recording. Cielo does have a recording here of a webinar that we did on ideal client. The other part is, oh, and I'm sorry, target audience. Another reason why it's so important for you guys to understand your target audience is because then we're able to gather information on their needs, wants, pain points, and where they spend time, right? The better that you know them, the better your marketing content will be. Two, I really want you guys to hone into your marketing kit. So once you create your core brand assets, such as your logos, your colors, your message, your tone of voice, the type of the different fonts, it will help you no matter what marketing tool you use, that it reflects the same to your brand. So make sure that make sure that your story offers a vibe, stay consistent across every tool that you're using. When you're clear on these two things, your marketing tools will work smarter for you and not against you. So if you already find these tools to be stressful, go back. Ask yourself, do I have a clear understanding who my target audience is? One. Two, do I have a marketing kit? Here's an example of what you want to create yourself. It's a profile of your customers, right? This is where you're giving them their age, their gender. I'm not going to get too much into detail because we did cover this part already, but I just kind of wanted to show you for those that are attending this presentation for the first time. So we'll see if we can get you the recording for the ideal client, but all of these items will help us utilize the tools for marketing. Here's another example. This branding kit was actually designed by my husband for the job that he works. He redesigned their logo and he even put primary colors. All of this is very helpful for you to have a clear understanding, and you can even incorporate this into Canva that we'll talk about soon. Okay. Now, mindset shift. Marketing doesn't have to be hard. So you do not need to post every day. I am guilty of saying, I need you guys to post every day. I need you guys to post every day. And to be completely honest, I do try to post every day, but I don't always do it because we have a thousand things going on in our lives. But if you can post, if you can't post every day, at least have consistency and use these tools. Maybe create your content ahead of time so you can copy and paste. I have an event this Friday and I literally created all of my content a month before, and I'm just copying and pasting as I go every day. It's just made my life a lot easier. You need to go viral to grow. That is not true. I hate to be talking about myself here, but that's the only examples I can really use, right? I opened my business 8 months ago and I've been getting about 100 followers every month. And now I'm actually increasing those numbers by the days. So now I'm getting like 30 to 20, 30 to 40 every 15 days. So, I have not gone viral. I do hope to go viral soon. Cross my fingers. I hope that all of you guys if you guys do follow me on social media, that you guys like and share and all my content to help me go viral. But you do not need to go viral to grow. You need to be on every platform. No, you do not need to be on every platform. I'm talking about if social media, you do not need to be on LinkedIn. You do not need to go onto TikTok. I don't need you to guys to be everywhere. Only what pertains to your target audience. This is why I'm saying it's important for you guys to understand who your target audience is. Let's reframe all of these myths and say that you just need a plan and the right tools to stay consistent and authentic. That's it. Something that will help us stay organized, consistent, and authentic. So, choosing the right tools, questions that you should ask yourself, right? This is just a quarter of the many things that are out there. When you are looking at these things, as I'm reviewing these different platforms, I want you guys to ask yourself, what is this? Why it matters? How does it align with my goals? How easy is it to integrate in my current workflow? If it's something completely out of another planet, is it worth it for you to spend time to learn it when you're getting behind on everything else? Just the same thing with social media, right? Just use the platform that you're comfortable with, then you can branch out later on. Okay? So that's the number one stressor that I want to take off your shoulders. You do not have to use every single tool. Marketing development. Think of marketing tools as your creative partners. So I use ChatGPT a lot. ChatGPT are best friends. Sometimes I'll reply to it and I'll say, "Girl, you get me. You understand me." But that's because ChatGPT, I have trained it enough to where it understands who I am, my brand, and so on. So ask them things like, help me design a flyer for my pop-up event, or suggest some catchy email subject lines for my new product launch. Use them to brainstorm, create, bring your ideas to life. There's other times where I have developed an email, a general email, and then I'll put it on Chat GPT and ask it, can you sound a little bit more gentle? Because I'm trying to convey a message, and it by reading it, I was like, "Ugh, it sounds harsh." right? So I go into Chat GPT and I ask it to be more gentle, or you could even ask it sound more happy. It will list your the whatever Chat GPT spits out for you is literally what you're telling it to do. Okay, so here's other just some ideas, right? Um, he- I'm only going to talk about Chat GPT, and please feel free to have a conversation in the chat box if there's anything else that you guys use. So I'm going to talk about content assistance because these are some of the tools that I am comfortable with. So ChatGPT and Gemini are pretty much the same thing. They're just two different brands. Um, you can generate captions, you can create emails, you can create blog, websites, copy, you can adapt to tone, language for different audiences, right? You can ask it to help you create social media planning. What I did with my event that I have this Friday, I created the planning from scratch myself, but I asked ChatGPT to plan or to organize my planning in the way that it makes sense, like what content I should post first. Um, I saw him come into this classroom. Chris, if you're here, shout out to Chris. Chris was in one of my other classes, and we were talking about building a persona. And he wanted a little bit of more clarification. How can we develop this person? So I suggested for him to go into Chat GPT and let it know, help me develop a persona based on these attributes. I wanted to, this presentation is going to be going in and out because I do want to show you guys. So let me just show you guys an example. I do help a lot on developing business plans with other individuals, and they tend to have a hard time to identify the salary range that their ideal person should make. So this is a way that you can ask ChatGPT. So you can say, if I have a cupcake business and sell each cupcake at 750. That's a lot of money, right? I'm pretty sure a high school student will not buy a cupcake, or maybe they will. We'll see. If I have a cupcake business based off Orange County and sell each cupcake at 750, what would be their salary range? Okay, so here, oh, see the command, it didn't read my command correctly because I did not ask it correctly. No, I am talking about the salary range my ideal client would make. See, she's my friend. Ah, I got it. Okay, so it's saying here a 750 cupcake is a luxury treat. There's a keyword for you. If your cupcakes are 750 compared to going to Costco and paying 10 bucks for a whole dozen, that's because you're a luxury treat at this point, right? And people who buy $7.50 cupcake casually without stressing over it usually has disposable income. This is all key information for your business. So in Orange County, your ideal customer likely earns from 75 to 150K a year. And then it kind of gives me, and it's not, I do want you to note that it's not always 100% accurate. You're the sort of the expert, no, not sort of, you are the expert here, right? So you're able to see like, okay, they got the salary right. Maybe the age is a little off, but then you can keep working into Chat GPT. And all of this that I have on here is gold. right? It's giving me a lifestyle, it's giving me occasions, it's giving me mindset. I love the mindset part. It's worth it for something special. Not it's not is this too expensive. All right, Riverside. I have a podcast and I love Riverside for the development there. And I use that to help me create content over on social media. So I just wanted to show you guys really quick on how Riverside works for me. So it basically works like Zoom if you're not familiar with Riverside. And on this I go into show notes and it so based on the recording that I had, it's literally giving me keywords, takeaways, a summary. This is gold to me. I obviously tweak it, right? And I could literally grab this and take it into Chat GPT to help me develop my thoughts. But now I could literally go into my Spotify and and copy and paste this obviously if by reviewing it, right, to make sure that is correctly, and then adding it to the summary of my Spotify recording. So that's how Spotify works. It started doing this crazy thing where it actually uses and I don't want to waste too much time on this because I'm still trying to figure it out. But there is a part where I can use AI to help me. There we go, AI voice. Um, Let's check if this sounds like me. Don't laugh. Don't laugh if it does. Ha ha ha. You are so funny. And then we're gonna come back to this because I think it takes a couple seconds to load, but we'll come back to it. But that's another thing. I think that the AI portion of the voice is still has some work to do. But if there's times where I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to say this or I forgot to say that, and I don't have time to go back and record, it literally adds that little, okay, it's ready. Let's see if okay, let's check it out. I'm a little scared.
Let's check if this sounds like me. Don't laugh. If it does, ha ha ha. You are so funny.
Okay, it does not sound like me. I guess it depends on what we put on there, right? Because I have tried it before and there was little pieces that did sound like me and it's a little bit scary, right? But there's so many things out there on social media that we're like, what? And it happens to be AI generated. Another thing about Riverside is that they have this thing what they call magic clips. So I click on it, and it generates little bite sizes for me that I could later on either put it into YouTube shorts or on social media as a reel or as a um any and just little tiny clips as teasers so they can come back and listen to my podcast. So that's Riverside. How am I on time? Okay. Okay, Canva and CapCut. I won't spend too much on this because I feel like a lot of us could be familiar with this. So CapCut is part of TikTok, and basically you can use templates to create your social media content. I know that Instagram most recently came up with a similar thing as CapCut. I haven't used it. I did try to go in there one time and I didn't like it, but it was because I haven't spent any enough time to learn it because I've been so busy. So CapCut and then Instagram has one. The other thing is Canva, and I wanted to show you something just in case some of you guys are not familiar with Canva. or that you do use Canva and you didn't know this existed. So with Canva, not only does it allow you to create content for social media, it helps you create flyers. If you follow me on social media, you're going to see that a lot of these things are looking familiar to you because that's where I've been doing a lot of my marketing materials. My husband is a brand designer, graphic designer, and I'm like, ha, I don't need you anymore. I do need him. He does help me still, but I don't rely on him anymore as I used to. So if I wanted to create, let's say I am looking to do a flyer, a workshop flyer. Uh why you being? This is where you can create QR codes as well. Why is not my computer could be a little slow. Okay, let's say I wanted to use this flyer to, I don't know, a promotion. I do a lot of workshops, so let's say I'm trying to use it as a workshop, right? My brand is not fully developed yet because we haven't had a chance, but there is a free version and there is a paid version. I personally highly encourage the paid version because I'm able to do so many things without any limits. But to your left, there is a little section that will say brand. This is where you add your brand voice, your photos, your graphics, anything that you use for your marketing. So, looking at this empowerment talk show, I want it to look like my brand, right? So because I already chose my colors or I enter my colors, now I can just click on there and it just makes it to it gives me different examples on how I can incorporate my brand. Um the font that I use, so it's important that when you are creating your brand kit that you have specific fonts that you use. I tend to use this font a lot for the headlining or the main text, and then slowly you can just create it to where it looks like it's from you, right? So I have let's see, here I am. I don't know what to choose, and slowly I can just start. Oh, that's not. Slowly, I can start making it look like mine. And obviously, you have the freedom to take out, to add things, to whatever you want to do. So that's what I wanted to show you with Canva, mainly because this is not a Canva class. I just wanted to show you the brand kit section. All right, next. How to spot trends. Jumping onto trends helps your brand stay visible, reliable, and connected to what your audience cares about. It gives you more visibility, it connects faster with your audience, and it sparks new creative ideas. So, this is the one that a lot of you guys mentioned that you guys were not familiar with, right? Which was both Google Trends and Answer the Public. So just to kind of give you guys a quick overview of what these two do is here. Let me make this bigger and then we'll get out. So Google Trends shows you what's gaining popularity, while Answer the Public helps you uncover questions that people are asking. So Google shows you more like what there's more like the popularity, and Answer the Public actual questions that people are asking. Both are tools that are giving insights into what your audience actively looking for, and it helps you tailor your content to their needs by using keywords. So these will help you spark fresh blog posts, social media, and basically just speak their language. So let me go to Google Trends so I can show you. Google Trends is literally called Google Trends. So Google Trends is free. They do not charge you to use this. So basically, I'm trying to think something that is trending. Is there anything, do you guys want to drop something in the chat box that is trending over on social media? Or if there's like a candy or something? Let's see. Uh, okay. I'm just gonna put shorts. So if I go into Google Trends and I type in shorts, I'm going to see that shorts is being searched quite often over on Delaware, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Jersey, and Georgia. We could even compare shorts versus jeans. No, pants. Let's put pants. And then we'll be able to see what is being searched the most, right? So this is one way that you can manually search for what's trending, and it will give you an idea. You can type in and it will go even deeper into whatever word you type in. See? Biker shorts, purple brand shorts, Dick's Sporting Goods. All of this could be keywords for you. But we can also, let's see if I can do this. We can also, at the very, very top, it says trending now, and it will show you what people are looking for at the moment. So for some reason, they're looking for Barcelona. They're looking for John Elway. I guarantee you these are sports. Yeah, they're sports people, huh? That's why I don't know. Giants versus Padres, uh, meta stock. We know that the tariffs are changing the world right now. So that is another thing that we're probably going to be seeing a lot, the stock market. So all of this gives you an idea of what's trending at the moment. One more thing I wanted to show you guys about. So you can go into a rabbit hole here. We already looked at that. And then it will show you what trended last year compared to this year compared to 5 years ago. So it just really it just depends on oops, I apologize. It just depends on the data that you're looking for and what you need to find that it's important. Ask the public. Now, ask the public, it is not free. Ask the public, uh, ask, ask the public will charge you, but it could be useful for you. So ask the public let's see if we can utilize it because, so for example, let's say that we're looking for aguas frescas, right? And let's say you have an aguas frescas business. We can go ahead and say that let's search in the United States in English. So if we hit search, let's see if it does it for us. So what it would do is you're going to be looking on how people or the questions that people are looking. There we go. Uh, what people are looking on the internet that contains the word aguas frescas. So here we see some of that generation was, are aguas frescas healthy? Are aguas frescas carbonated? Are aguas fresca alcoholic? Are aguas frescas Mexican? So all of this it breaks it down to when people are asking using the word are, then it breaks it down to when people are using the word how. So how are aguas frescas made? How to pronounce aguas frescas. And then it has what, and where. Now, how and why is this helpful to you? Maybe you do sell aguas frescas, and now you know that you use agave sugar instead of actual sugar. So if you see that people are asking if aguas frescas are healthy, now that's a selling point for you. We sell healthy aguas frescas made out of agave sugar. So that's how you can use um, as the public, and you can have it search on what people are searching on YouTube, what people are searching on TikTok, what people are searching on Amazon. It gives you all of the options if you see that at the very top. Now, I do not know how much they charge you because I personally don't use this. I feel like, yes, it could be a benefit, but I don't need to pay for this at the moment. Okay, but I did want to cover that for you. Okay. Now, when we are doing marketing, I do ask you to track your progress. And looking at your analytics is a great way to keep track of your progress. So I mentioned I have a podcast, right? And I do have a business that tends to have the same audience over on the podcast. So here I look at, okay, I'm right with the content that I am delivering when I know that majority of the people that are listening to me and that are looking at my stuff is 90% women. And we know that they're in the ages between 35 and 44. Here's another thing: if you have social media or you have a podcast and you don't know who your target market is, and that is very similar to your podcast or your social media, this is a way you can tell. So, this is how I was able to develop my persona or my ideal client for my business. I am targeting females, and yes, I am talking to the 35 to 44 years old. Not all of them fall in that category. Obviously, that's when they fall in these little brackets. But if obviously the ones that are less than 17 years old don't care for me because I am not talking about high school. I am not talking about anything that is not to their interest. Here's the way that you can look at your social media analytics, right? It gives you valuable data. You can also make informed decisions, and then also you can track your progress over time. You can see what is working for you, what is not. So, one thing that I do want to let you guys know, if you're not already familiar, is that if your page or business page is under a personal page, it's not going to give you analytics. So if you are a business or a content creator or anything that you care about analytics, make sure that you do get out of the personal use because you will not get these statistics. Do they charge you for this? No, they don't. This is free. And you can see what's working, what's not. I posted a post not long ago, and that was my most high end performing post. It will tell me how many views I got, how many followers. Like I got 131 followers within this. I think I put this under 30 days. And so that just kind of gives you statistics of your performance. Organization and administration. Um, I use again, there is so many different versions, right? I have a lot of meetings with everyone. Literally, I provide a service. And at one point, in 1 week, I can meet 10 people. I will not remember all those conversations. In my previous job, I used to cover all of Southern California. And one day I would meet with someone in Sacramento, and the next day I would meet with someone in San Diego. And we would talk about all kinds of different things. So, um, a lot of these conversations took over online, and it was like a little mini assistant. our conversation would happen, it will record it, and then I had to use Salesforce to notate what did we talk about. So I would always go back to my order notes and just type in, oh, that's right, we were talking about this and that. Monday.com is a way for you to keep a checklist. And I have some screenshots here to show you. So this is Monday.com. This is great if you have multiple projects going on at the same time, or if you want to create social media content for the month, or if you just want to stay organized. So you literally just divide it by projects, you put to your to-do list, you can put dates. So this example is specifically for social media. Here's an example of how Otter works. Right? So if you are in a Zoom meeting where, well, this one in particular, it seems like four individuals were in a meeting, four or three, and it just covers, it literally just picks up whatever the person is saying, and then you can always come back and say, "What was Steven saying?" That's right. So you can jot down your answers or your notes. And oh my god, I can't believe we covered all of it. Again, this is a lot. There are so many different platforms out there. There's Calendly, that's another tool that I use to not only have individuals set appointments with me, but also I use it as something to look at my analytics. There is a lot that I wasn't able to cover today, but one thing I do want to let you guys know is that I want to give you guys a friendly reminder that when you're using these marketing tools, to use them ethically, meaning that if you have sensitive information, that you do not put it out in a chat GPT, and also to not rely on it 100%. Make sure that when you ask ChatGPT a certain thing, you guys saw that I asked a question and I didn't ask it correctly and it gave me the wrong information. So make sure that you're reading through it, that it gives you the proper information. ChatGPT is picking up a lot of things out of the internet, and there is a lot of ugly things happening in the internet as well. So make sure that you are reading through your stuff. I made a post not long ago and I used inappropriate word for something that I did not want to say. And I just copy and pasted it. I was like, oh my God, I caught it the moment I uploaded it. But just imagine if I didn't catch it. So let's be authentic and make sure that you use strategy to lead the way. I'll leave it at that. I don't know if we have any time for questions, but if you do, I want to invite you to connect with me both on my Maravillosa movement and on my podcast. Like Alex said, we do have a workshop next month, and we're going to be talking about how you can share your story to not only connect with your customers, your clients, but also to help you develop that brand of yours that's very important. That is pretty much it. I will pass it back to you, Alex.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. I can close this off. This was a great workshop. I think the comments in the chat speak for itself. I think everybody found it super valuable, and I learned the audio AI. I wasn't aware with that platform, so I'm gonna look into it. It looks very interesting. But
Yeah.
once again, thank you, Jessica, for sharing your expertise on how we can all elevate our brand with some of these tools that are for the most part free, so definitely take advantage for the folks who are able to. And then before we wrap up, just a few reminders. All of you will be receiving a copy of this presentation, and you'll be receiving a recording of this session in the upcoming days. Along with that, you'll receive contact information, so if you would like to get in contact with Jessica, feel free to do so. We hope that this session was valuable for you, and we're hoping that you can join us in the next month. So just remember, the workshop series happens the last Wednesday of every month. And thank you all for joining us this evening. We hope you guys have a great evening. Thank you.
Eric, can I say something very quickly, a quick promotion, if you don't mind? I have an event this Friday in the city of Ontario where we're going to have over 50 women present. I do see some of you guys that are going to be attending. It's in the city of Ontario, and basically, the event is to kind of uplift each other and hear other stories and learn how to network. Um, there is a fee, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop a discount code for all of you guys. There's only 5 tickets left. So make sure that you grab it, and not everybody has a discount code. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter that right now. And I appreciate everyone, and I hope that you learned one new thing today.
Look at that plug in right there. Discounted
Mm.
ticket. Am I able to attend, Jessica?
Yes, everybody's able to attend. Everyone. So the discount code is maravillosa with capital letters. Only 5 tickets left, and we have a swag bag that is, in my opinion, I might be biased, is going to be the swag bag of the century.
There you go. Well, definitely take advantage of it if you get the chance to attend. I've been very fortunate to attend some of the events that Jessica has hosted in the past, and I cannot say and many more good things. The food is great. The people that are always there are amazing to connect with, and so it's a great community to be around. So definitely take advantage. But I think that's it. We're over 2 minutes. Hope you all have a great evening, and thanks again, Jessica.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Cielo team. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye bye.